Is UFC 318 a bad-ass card or just fucking arse? Before I get into that, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe as I have brand new videos every single week. Though before I actually talk about this card, apologies if the audio isn't quite up to scratch. It's fucking boiling here and I've got a fan directly hitting me in the face. Now let's talk about UFC 318. The main event is absolutely brilliant. We've got Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier for the BMF belt. This is Dustin's last ever fight before he retires in his final chance to walk away as champion, even if it is just the BMF belt. Max and Dustin are absolute legends of the sport. They're both fan favourites, always entertaining, and there's a lot on the line for both men. Max does not want to lose another trilogy, and Dustin definitely doesn't want to go out on a loss. Outside of the main event though, this card fucking sucks. Yeah, fine, the fights themselves might be fun on the night, but if you look at the actual rankings, there are only 2 fighters on the main card that are in the top 10 of their respective divisions, and that's Max and Dustin. This is not pay-per-view level. It's not acceptable. I expect almost everyone on the main card to be a top 10 fighter. In the co-main event, we've got Paulo Costa taking on Roman Kopylov. Interesting on paper, but Costa is on and off these days, and Kopylov isn't even a big name yet, and he certainly shouldn't be co-main event a pay-per-view. Then you've got Kevin Holland versus Daniel Rodriguez. Fun? Sure. Relevant? Not at all. Then Dan Ige versus Pitbull. That's a good scrap, but again, no real big stakes in the bigger picture. And Michael Johnson is going against Daniel Zellweger, but who gives a shit at this point, right? Johnson is a 50-50 fighter, and Zellweger, sure, I'm looking forward to see where he goes, but this isn't a main card fight. And on the prelims, you've got Marvin Vettori fighting Brendan Allen. This should be on the main card. But why is this card so bad? The real reason is there's too much UFC. The UFC is getting absolutely flooded with fight nights, and we've got way too many cards every single year, and it's ruining the pay-per-views. We just had Derek Lewis, Wonderboy, Calvin Kattar and Chris Curtis this Saturday gone, and they have some real name value. And then the week after UFC 318, we've got a fight night in Abu Dhabi, and that card is absolutely ridiculous. Robert Whittaker, Rene Derrida, Mosvar, Pico making his debut, Piotr Jan, Bryce Mitchell, Krylov and Shara Bullet. How the fuck is a free fight night better than a pay-per-view? You could have taken these fights, reshuffled it all around and made UFC 318 absolutely stacked. But why is all of this happening? It comes back to the ESPN deal. Because of that deal, the UFC is forced to put on a ridiculous number of fight nights to keep content rolling out. This saturates the roster, burns out fighters and leaves us with half-baked pay-per-view cards. But there might be some hope on the horizon. The ESPN deal ends at the end of 2025, and UFC is apparently negotiating with both Netflix and Amazon Prime. A move to Netflix or Prime could mean fewer high quality cards that actually feel special again. Netflix has over 300 million subscribers, and Amazon Prime isn't far behind with 230 million, and both would give the UFC a massive global reach and make the sport the best it's ever been. It's done wonders for WWE since they moved over to Netflix. The quality of the show has been better, there's more eyes on the product and more money pumped in. And because of these new deals, the UFC could be holding out on the big fights for next year, hoping to make a splash on a new platform and offer a better product for sale. And we, the fans, are the ones paying for it. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments if you're excited for UFC 318 or you're gonna be skipping this card. Thank you everyone for watching. If you can like, comment and subscribe, it really does help the channel out.